Well, some people, many people, said it couldn't be done, but on the 2nd of May, the Green Party of Canada ended its long journey in the political wilderness when leader Elizabeth May won the party's first seat in the House of Commons, the first election win seat in the House of Commons. Now the BC Green Party is looking at what it can do to pull off a similar accomplishment in the provincial legislature. BC Green leader Jane Sterk has begun sharing some ideas about the party's strategy in the election that could soon come, and she joins me in the studio for more on this. Jane Sterk, good morning to you.
Good morning, Gregor.
And what did you think of the way the Federal Green Party ran its campaign with a real concentration on getting Elizabeth May, the leader, elected in particular?
I think that was an important decision, and it proved to be the right decision. I think that Elizabeth ran a very disciplined campaign, a kind of old-fashioned campaign on the ground, knocking on doors, having coffee parties, meeting people, and I think the results, both in the percentage of vote for Elizabeth, 46%, and the voter turnout demonstrated that that was the right strategy.
So will you provincially follow the same model? Will you devote a lot of resources to a few ridings, perhaps even only yours?
Not just mine. We believe that there are several ridings around the province where we have a good chance, if we run that kind of disciplined campaign, of potentially winning the ridings. And so our strategy is to have good, strong candidates everywhere in the province and to focus on ridings where we think that we could have a breakthrough.
The National Greens were committed for a number of reasons to running a candidate in every riding. Will you do the same provincially or not necessarily?
Our intention is to have good, strong candidates throughout the province. There's a couple of ridings where we may do an accommodation, particularly with the independents. I think they've done a great job, and so it's good that we might have an accommodation with those two people to say we think those are good, strong MLAs.
This is in Delta South and Caribou North.
Delta South and Caribou North. So those are the only ridings where we're currently thinking that we won't run. There's always a few ridings where it's sometimes difficult to get a candidate. And, if it comes to the point where a campaign has been called and we don't have somebody in place, unless somebody comes to our doorstep, we may leave a couple of ridings open. But our intention is to have good candidates throughout the province.
But with a focus, a real push in some ridings. What are the strong ridings? Where do you think you have the best shot?
Well, we certainly want to capitalize on Elizabeth's win, so we're focused on Saanich North and the Islands. So that's a very good riding for us. And we're recruiting someone that we think would be a very strong candidate. He's still trying to sort some things out.
And this is to run against Murray Cole, the cabinet minister.
That's right. Although there's rumors that Murray won't run again. So that riding is likely to be wide open. And then there are parts of Elizabeth's riding in Saanich South and Oak Bay and Gordon Head, which would suggest that those two ridings would also be places that we might want to focus. And then Victoria Beacon Hill has always been the best riding for us provincially, and that was a riding where Jared Giesbrecht, the Green Party of Canada candidate, not only got an increase in percentage when most other Green ridings went down, but he also got a discrete increase in votes. Mm-hmm. And because it's been good for us and it was good for him, that's another riding we're going to target. There's a couple on...
are you going to run in that riding?
That's the riding that I've chosen to run in.
Okay, so you're moving from Esquimalt, or you're running in Victoria instead of Esquimalt.
That's correct.
Did you expect to face Carol James? Has that been decided by the
I don't
NDP?
think that Carol has made a decision, but we know that the NDP is going to try and field a very strong candidate there. But that's our best riding, and we're already working on the ground, and we're going to have that same kind of disciplined campaign.
How do you expect the possible revitalization of the BC Conservative Party to affect the election results? When people talk about possible vote splitting on the right and that harming the Liberals.
I think that is, in fact, what will happen, and I think that the BC Liberals, one of the reasons that Christy Clark is moving to have a quick election almost 2 years before the scheduled election is because of the BC Conservative Party and the worry that will split their vote away. The really right-wing vote will go to the BC Conservatives.
Could you, the Green Parties, in concentrating on some of these ridings where you think you have the best chance, split the vote anyway yourself, whether it's with the NDP or the Liberals or what have you?
We don't really talk about splitting votes. The Green Party offers a very different vision for what we could do in British Columbia. And I think it's something that's resonating more and more with people. They want a different culture in the legislature. So they want democratic reform. They want a different economy. They want different approach to social services. And the Green Party is the only party that offers that choice for people.
So if the rumors are true and Christy Clark and the Liberals do call an election for September, is that enough time? Will you be ready to go? Do you think you'll have all your candidates in place?
We will be ready to go. We're working very hard right now because we have set that as our deadline, a belief that we will see a call for an election around the 3rd or 4th week in August. And so we're working very hard and diligently around the province to get our candidates in place.
You're ready. Do you think British Columbians are ready to go to the polls again?
I don't think so. I think there's all kinds of fatigue, election fatigue. I think people don't see the need for this election. Even Christy Clark's caucus doesn't really want an election. And I think it's all based on the resurgence of the BC Conservative Party.
Jane Sterk, good of you to join me this morning. Thank you for coming down.
Thanks, Gregor.
Jane Sterk is the leader of the BC Green Party.